so let's go. The other members of the XIV contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you are ready. Da-da-da-da-da. Wait, I just came out of here. I have to go back in already? Oh, the remaining members of the Scion. Your friends and most of the XIV contingent await you within. Would you like me to see you through? I don't know when people actually like celebrate Christmas here. I don't celebrate. I don't know. I don't know.
By the 12.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so many people. Look at all my friends.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world.
Show off.
Including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the XIV contingent.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
What is it? Yeah, you were sleeping in my bedroom. That's not my fault. Ishtala is a cutie, yes, she is.
Lucia.
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end.
I swear if she dies, or anyone dies.
We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
Together!
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Did it, by the way, add the time to the timer? I didn't even pay attention.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone!
I hope it did.
If I may have your attention.
It's like the part about
Might
public...
I ask you to speak first?
Wait, let me finish this cutscene and we can discuss this. Who's this? They're cute.
If I must, I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed
Do you know what it looks
sister,
like? Did you ever
the
see
Elder
Panty and
Seedseer.
Stocking? The guy character. I don't know what their name was. Exactly how they look.
We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Wait, I know you.
Yeah, it's the pirate.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten.
I didn't. It was not that long ago.
Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hilfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
14 music is so good.
Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind.
Look at
But
the
we're more than
babies.
capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest. If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
Look at him go.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the avatar of destruction.
Who is calling her that?
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabard contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require. The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa.
Why are you screaming so much?
There is another awaiting introduction.
What is it?
Lord Amonelane!
Who? Who I miss?
Ah, yes.
Oh!
Emanelaine de Forton, at your service.
Oh, look at the baby!
Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that.
Also, you know, just fight for world peace as well. Like,
But should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
why? May a graceful prancing lead the way to victory. People will be like so starstruck when he just starts dancing in the middle of the
Huzzah!
battlefield.
I cannot wait to regale Honorar with my tales of daring do.
I believe
He
that
is so
concludes
cute.
introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Would that be the Shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable
Why is Hien
company
not
of
here?
warriors has been sent in their stead.
No, I want Hien.
Out of my way, you preening
Oh
fool!
no. Fordola? That's Fordola, isn't it? Oh no! Oh! They're okay. I would still like Hien.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come.
as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Dona, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be
Chill
slaked.
out! These people are
No
not your
quarter
enemy.
to the enemy.
Biggest crossover since Endgame.
Sadu
It is called
Hatun, no.
Endwalker.
We go
That's
to
the
make peace
cat.
with the Iron Men, not
I don't know what he's
war.
doing there, but cat.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Allies. You don't think, but allies.
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Dalmasca,
Why are you
Bosnia,
screaming so
Alamiga.
much? What is it?
All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire.
What is it?
I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald.
Babe, what is it? Honey.
And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
Babe.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused.
But look how many you are already.
Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different
Of course
from
they
you or
are.
I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders.
Honey, what is it?
Gaius bloody Baelsar himself is working to help rebuild Wurlid, a nation he once conquered. So you can believe me when I say that every
unnecessary.
fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help.
Okay.
It won't be easy. But we're all determined to make this world a better place.
Yay! What a grand speech!
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Honey. Babe. What is it?
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy.
Can you leave the mouse alone? Babe.
To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range.
Okay.
Fortunately, Garland Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey.
Very good.
However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi.
Not so good.
As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers.
Okay.
From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will
Oh,
also
no.
need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although
But
much of
wouldn't
the
that-
terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities.
But wouldn't taking the airships with us just like bring more attention to us? Like airships are big.
The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
I can see how this is going to be a solo mission that I'm gonna hate. I've cat hair everywhere.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed.
I'm sure of it.
Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Whoa! So, solo mission? Look how many people are here! Damn! All the people! Besides the delegates assembled here, the Amalja and several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to the physiology? Because it's physical, so it's physiology. Many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Ilseborg. They would also likely prove tempting targets for abducting by the Talofroi. All things considered, they can better aid the cause by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea, though their eagerness to do more has been noted. With few shall have to suffice, or we embark, we must distribute the warding scales to our comrades. Keterudianis? Okay. Warding scales for the Ishgardian delegation, I take it. There you go. Many thanks. These talismans may prove to be the deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this foraying to Garlemald. Sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my love of those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I'll lead a mission to save the countrymen I'm betraying. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Armoric. He would have me put my existence, knowledge, and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. I believe in you, Lucia! There's a set of wording skills I spy. Not that I would know what they look like. Yeah, don't ask stupid questions, Well, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with ether. All the better to fend off the tempering waves. Is that the right term? Anyway, these will give us one last thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. Only one way to find out, huh? And nervous or not, I'd march through all 7 hells if it gave me a chance to pull Zenas back into the grave where he belongs. Well, a good thing for you, Zenas actually wants to fight me, not you. I heard you got something for us. Yep, here you go. Oh, and them skills everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, aren't they? Reckon they'll be worth a guild or two when this is all over, but we'll hold on to them for now. And one more thing, I know what you're all thinking. Why didn't they send Arizar instead? Bugger it if I know. All that Admiral and Captain Hilfer told me was they needed someone to help safeguard the future. And here I am. I can't say they haven't got a sense of humor. Of course, some of you might be wondering what good a pirate is on dry land, in the middle of the sudden snow of all places. Well, me and my crew will do whatever needs doing. So let's set sail, or however they say it goes on airship. Yes? Aw, you're a little cute boy. Look at you. I have something for you. Is he even a boy? I just assumed their gender. I'm very sorry. Maybe they're a girl. So these are the same warding skills. Enough for me and my men, I see. Under normal circumstances, I would not be allowed to travel outside of the 12th foot. The Elder Seatseer, however, has granted me a special permission. She has bid me lend my magics to the people of Garlemald while learning all I can in their ways. In so doing, I will come closer to understanding myself and my place in the world, or so she says. I say it is past time our allies benefited from the power of it at a Seatseer disposal. Some bemoan that we had our light under a bushel? And I intend to address that as criticism. Okay. Serena, sweetheart, hi! Here is something for you. Oh, the talismans. We are to keep these closed at all times, yes. I will see that no one misplaces theirs. Oh, and before I forget, I have a message from Hien. In distant lands, in times of strife, together, stand. Together, fight. That's not how he said it, I'm very sure. In darkness shines the light of light. I hope I have done his words justice. The more like much of Offord has been plagued by the towers, yet while he could not be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. He and Yugiri labor without rest to unite the people, and with their aid will we keep them at bay. And we of the Steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war. Again. Oh, Maxima. How did I not see you? Here is a warden for you guys. Thank you for this, and for going to such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice, if I may. You have been told by many to wear the code of Ilsebard, and I cannot stress enough that this is not a token warning. I will be distributing specially made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemist Guild, but understand that they are no substitutes for proper protection. I'll leave the provisioning of safe protection to your discretion. Now, let us proceed to the Alamigan quarter. While you make your final preparations, I will have the pilots ready the airships. Let's go to Garlemald! And kick Xenos in the butt! This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Urianger and I. We still have what we were in Garlemald before. Estinian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair bit of time up north recently as well, I have no reason to doubt his words. Most of the others will be borrowing Grand Company stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you are not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I wouldn't be seeing that in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something to my liking. Where's Satoru? Can't you just like make something real quick for us? Like, is that the cry of a silence in need of a tailor I hear? Is it Satoru? It is Satoru! Sorry, God. But how? I have my ways. Oh yes, indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Ilsebard without telling me? Ha! Nothing escapes my notice. Now you will wear these garments I've made for you, whether you like it or not. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion. Rather the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? The tower is the friends we made along the way. I did have one other thing to share. Argmus and Bloom Vida have finally returned from their assignment in the faraway lands. Do I know that? They'll be staying at the Rising Stones for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. Since they'll be running things back at the headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Sharlayan? Oh, why not? You can keep Krill company in Baldeasy and Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there, and I heard Argmus and Bloom Vida did a fine job carrying on in our stat while we were lying comatose, with them in charge of the Rising Stones, with nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, while I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in position to transport your souls to a role, if anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'll be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to the Sharlayan. She just threw Graha under the bus there. Ruthless. Tataru is ruthless. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you, other than pray for your safe return, which I will every day. Let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Oh, sorry. Hi, Fox. I seem a bit hornier than usual. Are you all take the reindeer for horns? These are not horns, these are just reindeer antlers. Antlers are not really horns, guys. Here are your winter hoodies. Handcrafted by yours truly. Oh, I actually got a winter outfit. Don't need to put that on. Antlers unlike horns, yes. Tatar, hi. I'm told the airship pilot has been sent to meet you. Oh, there he is! Alright, this is where we go separate ways. Do be careful, won't you? It is a goddamn solo mission, I knew it. Let me just... Oh yeah, let me use that. That's the winter outfit. Look at the defense I get out of that. This is terrible. Does it at least look cute? It's okay. Maybe if I like would put a different color on it. It's okay. It could be worse. Okay, that one is worse than the one I have. And that is also worse than the one I have. Okay, cool. Okay. Let's go on the solo mission. It's an honor to finally meet you. We of the Golden Ironworks will be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains and into Garlemald. For many of us, it will be something of a homecoming. Our illustrious founder was only our most notable imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of this expedition. Our resources are at your disposal, and if there is aught we might do to be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. If you are ready to depart, I will ready the engines. I've been boarding the airship several cutscenes. Yeah. Let's proceed! Let's go! Please put your bets into chat how many times I have to try this. Let's go to Garlemald. Excited.
Ilsebard, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
God, it looks so cold.
On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
The twins, they look adorable. Dry is like all cool and has his half his jacket open because he doesn't care. The cold never buttered him.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party.
Okay.
They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
That's not good.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps.
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they are led by Virgilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number.
Do we know Virgilia?
However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus' death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Well, not anymore, apparently.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
I'm so sorry. Oh god.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
That would be me. Just dying of cold.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
Just knock them out.
How so?
Make them
Savage
fall
beatings,
asleep.
disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's
Are you just gonna
current
poison
position.
them?
Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops
Okay, we're
of
not poisoning
materiel
them, all good.
and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
We're just splitting them up.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into two groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most.
I will.
I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice.
Okay.
Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Sure, can do that.